right, so I want to say welcome to how to use a stock screener. Welcome to Selfish Trader. We're going to be going over how to use a stock screener, finding good stocks to make good gains. So a lot of people ask, hey, how do you find these stocks? How do you even create your watch list? What do you look for? What do you do, right? How do you know? And this is what I do. I use stock screeners, right? And it's a lot of there's a ton of stock screeners. There's Yahoo Finance has a stock screener. Webull have a stock screener. Robinhood probably has a stock screener. Most brokerages have stock screeners for you to use, right? They're just not better than some, right? TD Ameritrade has one, and I do like TD Ameritrades, but what I do is I pay for my own screener, right? I pay for my own screener, which is around about $118. This is like my day trading screener. I love it. I love it to death, right? I can find a lot of stuff. But for those who don't have $118, I like to use this screener called FinViz. It's like our Bible, right? I love it. It is something that if I didn't have this screener that I use currently, then I use FinViz. Now, don't get me wrong. I do use FinViz every single day, right? But I still use my stock screener every day as well.
How you spell that, Chris?
FinViz. So here it is right here, finviz.com. Can y'all see my screen? Just want to make sure you can see it.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right, so here's finviz.com. Let me see if I can make this bigger. All right, so finviz.com. So what FinViz has to offer is some of the best strategies that I like to use, right? So some of the things that they have is the daily summary. So if you go to finviz.com, you'll see a daily summary. You get your news, you'll get a heat map, and the heat map is right around here. Insider buying and selling, that's at the top right here. And obviously you get the stock scanner. And we're gonna go over all of these tonight and what to look for and some of the things that I look for in finding my plays. All right, so this is what the website looks like. And let me just drag this over so you can just see it. All right, so this is what it looked like in real time. You can pay for it to not have ads and to get it up to date. But if you just want to use the free version, it updates every 15 minutes. So if you want to pay for it, and I think it's like $24.99. I'm not paying for it because I have my own screener, but I like using this one because it gives you so much more information that my screener can't, because I day trade more often. So this is our Bible. I call it our Bible, Stock Traders Bible. All right, so here's the news, here's the screener. Like, we got your news right here. We got this news, we got the screener, we got the heat map, and we got so much in this platform that can find you plays and that can make you money. All right, so the daily summary. Let's go over the daily summary and what we look for in the daily summary. So the daily summary consists of this: the top gainers, right? Top gainers that morning, new highs, stocks that hit new highs. So for example, Mark, M-A-R-K, we're going to be looking for this tomorrow. PHUN, we're gonna be looking for this for a continuation into these plays tomorrow, as these stocks spiked 471% yesterday, 138%. Yes, oh, not yesterday, but on Friday. DWAC got all the way up to $171. Right, the current price is now around 80, but it closed at $94. Right, so that's up 107%. So it shows you all of the top gainers, all of the stocks that's overbought, unusual volume. So unusual volume is great to know, right? So if a stock usually trade only 50 share or 50,000 shares average a day, right? And all of a sudden it's at 60 million shares, from 50,000 to 60 million, then I need to be into this play. I need to be like, my antenna horns need to be going up, and I need to say, okay, what's going on with this play, right? Like, if you can look at this chart right here, hover your mouse over the stocks ticker, and you'll see the chart. And once you see the chart, you will say, okay, well, this stock just traded at $10, and all of a sudden it just spiked up past $13. and just in one day. Okay, so my antenna, I don't know what you call them, the ants when they have their antennas because they don't have eyes, they feel their way around or something like that. So this is what your spider senses need to come up. Then how about that? Spider senses need to come up. You need to add this to your watch list. All right, you need to chart it, add it to your watch list, and once you add it to your watch list, tomorrow morning you can be like, okay, yeah, BENE. Hey, I put this on my watch list. Let me see what it's gonna do. All right, so that's how you come up with 100 names on your piece of paper, and then you just filter them out as you know the time goes by, like as the days go by, as the weeks go by. If you're a day trader, as the hours or minutes go by. So this is your unusual volume. Upgrades, that means analysts upgraded the stock, right? Earnings before, insider buying. This is one of my favorite plays to get my traders into, right? Insider buying. This is how a lot of us in our chat room got into GameStop before it even went up to $450 or $70, $80 or something like that. So we was actually in GameStop at $18. I was doing a one-on-one call, gave the alert. We saw the CEO buying shares at $17. He bought a few million shares at 24 million to be exact, $24 million worth. And we was like, oh snap, GameStop, this little store that's by Walmart all the time, right? GameStop, this little shotgun store. He just dumped 24 million. So we dumped some money into it because so what we do know is that CEOs and directors are not in the business to lose money, especially in their own company, right? So if they buy, we buy. So this is our Bible. Top losers, new lows. So if you shorten or if you want to catch a bounce play, look at your top losers. You can continue to ride the wave down if the stock is continued on a downtrend, like Snapchat. Snapchat ended up going from $75 to $55 in one day because they had bad earnings. $75 to $55 in one day. And I just posted in the group why it went down. So guess what I'm gonna be doing tomorrow? I'm gonna be looking for some put contracts, or I'm gonna look to continue to short Snapchat on its way down. All right, so downgrades, when analysts downgrade. So all of this is your daily news. I mean your daily summary. It actually also give you like different chart patterns. Like once you start, getting up there and reading charts and doing a little bit more technical analysis, it give you all of this kind of stuff right here. Let's see, and here's the insider trading, the futures, right? So the futures is basically in the future, what do you think crude oil will be? Okay, $84 a gallon. Okay, here it is, natural gas. So that's what futures means. Stocks that's like giving you a future price, right? So that's how you trade futures. You say, okay, in 2 months, oil will be at $85 or $85 a barrel, right? So that's what futures contracts is. Future contracts is a little tough it's not tough, but if you want to trade futures, you gotta have a lot of money, because you don't even have to have that much money. You have to have a lot of money, honestly, to make money. But trading futures is a different beast in its own. All right, so that's the daily summary. What's next is news, right? So news, you're gonna have all your news that comes out that day, right? So I just go to news. All your news will come out all your news from that morning, that afternoon, that night. You can use the Wall Street Journal that I have for you guys. You can get alerts, like I just got an alert from for an article from the Wall Street Journal. I do have it access. You do have access to it. Just use my username and password to utilize that. If not, you just come here. Here's the same article right here. Boom. $1 billion deal to acquire Brazilian mines, right? So as a trader, what we can do is just click on it, read it, and say, hey, you know what? Electric car batteries. Hey, let me. This deal is a bet on continued demand for metals used in the production of electric car batteries. So my first thought process is, hey, let me go ahead and continue locking in some of these electric car vehicle plays, some of these electric charging station plays, or some electric batteries, right? Let's get into the electric industry. Like, let's start putting some money in there, because as you can see, people are spending money in this EV market, right? So what we want to do is make money. All right. So, and this is the news. So you can just come down here and just, I mean, it's a lot of reading. If you like reading, hey, indulge. All right. So the next thing is the heat map. So usually I try to use the heat map just to gauge how the morning is, how the morning or the overall market is going. So for example, you don't really want to trade technology stocks that day if all of this showing up red, right? If this heat map showing red like this is right here, like Google, Facebook, Snapchat, Netflix is up because I think they did good on earnings. But Netflix is up, Disney is down. So we don't want to trade on the upside, right? Because we see that it's red, right? Unless I'm looking for a bounce play, I don't want to touch these. All right. So that's what I use my heat map for, just to get an overall feel of how the market is doing. Sometimes all of this would be red and you'll be like, oh man, the market's getting killed today. Let's look at 1 week performance. Let's see how it is. All right. So you see from a 1 week performance, the entire market was kind of green, right? Right. It wasn't that bad. 3 months. Like Facebook has been on a downtrend, and like I want to tell you all that Mark Zuckerberg has been selling his shares, right? So once we go to the insider, I'll show you where he has been selling his shares, and nobody, no news coverage, no nothing has been like broadcasting it. So it's up to us as stock traders to go into this, our Bible, right? It's our stock Bible, basically, finviz.com, to actually look at this and do our own research so we can analyze it ourselves and for us to make money. All right, so that's the heat map. So we use the heat map only to see what the overall market is doing, to see if we should get into some if we want to trade a sector, to see if we can get into it or not. Hey, what's going on, James? I see your hand raised. Did my volume go up? Nope, my volume up.
Nope, you're good. Is the heat map only for market hours, or are they pre-market and after hours as well?
You know what? I do see it. I do see it red during pre-market. So sometimes I will post it in the chat room in pre-market hours. So pre-market it is for pre-market as well.
Okay, cool.
From my understanding, I can't remember. I think it is. I think I did. I think I have been posting it in the chat room every now and then because some people don't even use it, right? I think so. If I could be wrong, it might be market hours, but if not, we'll find out tomorrow, right? On doing live trading.
Yeah, I'll check it tomorrow.
All right, so that's the heat map. All right, so what's next? What we got? Oh, insider buying and selling, right? So as you can see right here, as October 19, sell, 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 buy, 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 sell, sell. So there's been a lot of selling. As you can see, you see Mark Zuckerberg name right here in the beginning. All right, so how you would do that, how you would use insider buying and selling, go to your finviz.com, just go to insider. I love this play. Listen, guys, I did a watch list. I got 2 plays on the watch list for next week, just for insider buying. And I think Jamie can contest to this, that hey, insider buying is true. It's the truest thing ever. It's
indeed.
These big time players, they do not want to lose millions of dollars. So they're not finna jump into any play with millions of dollars and just to give it away. All right, so they're gonna know that something is coming down the pipeline soon. All right, so insider buyers, you can go to inside, go to buy transactions first. All right, go to buy transaction, and you can see everything. You can see all of your buyers. You can see the name of the company. You can see the owner or the person who bought, like the director, the president, the CEO, somebody who's owning 10% of the company. So you can see all of that. And right here, the key thing that I look for is value. I don't care about 25,000. I don't care about 6,000. What I care about is the $1 million transactions, like this one right here. This is 9 million. Absolutely, I'm gonna keep my eye on APPF. It's on a nice little uptrend. So I would say, okay, APPF. Somebody bought $9.5 million worth of this company at $130. Okay, so now I got to ask myself, okay, what the stock price is right now? If he buying in at 130.87, I just come here to the chart and I say, oh snap, it's not too far from the current stock price. The current stock price is 132. Yes, he made a couple of million, but he made what, about 18 million? No, that's not 18 million. He made a couple of thousand. He made a couple of thousand off that trade already so far since he got in on Friday, which is fine. But guess what? On Monday, I might look to jump in and get a few shares as well, just because if he making money, I want to make money as well. So that's why I like insider buying. Right here, we got the directors on LOKB spending 15 million a piece, right? Hendricks and Gary, they both spent 15 million. And they bought it at $10, and the stock is currently at $13. All right, so what I do is just scroll down, and I just look and see who's buying a lot of shares. All right, so this person right here just bought some shares at $12, and I don't think they bought this. This must be a misprint because they're saying they bought it on the 20th, and the stock is at $5. So that might be a little misprint right there, a $12 misprint. But yeah, so what I do is just I look for the highest number and I just start investigating the stock. All right. So that's insider buying. Sales transaction, you do the same thing. If you want to short some companies, or if you in a company and you just want to pull out, this is what you do. I'll give you an example. I was in Zoom. Zoom was at $500 and I was taking a loss, and then I saw the CEO selling his Zoom and I just got out of that trade altogether. And Zoom is probably at $200 now. So it was a good thing that I got out of Zoom. All right, so same thing, vice versa. This person just sold $16 million worth. Who is that? Somebody in DraftKings. Oh, that sucks because we're in DraftKings.
I was just gonna say that. Like, oh no.
That might, hold on. It says see remarks. What does that mean? All right, so anyways, I'll get to that later. So yeah, so you sorry, Jane. Ooh, snap. All right, so he sold that on Friday. That sucks. All right, so here's a prime example. Somebody, a CEO or I don't even know who this is, so I looked that up. That's why I probably say see remarks because of the relationship. He just sold $16.4 million of DraftKings. Is that something that I want to be in if he's selling $16 million worth? Probably not, right? Or he might have, I don't know the reason why he sold, but I don't like it seeing that. So honestly, I would probably be looking to like get out with small losses. Here's another one. $21 million. Somebody sold something for $21 million. Right, in snow. I don't know why maybe he just looking to take some profits because snow is up, or maybe he knows something and he thinks snow is about to come down for a little bit. He just sold $21 million worth, but the stock price is kind of high anyway. But him selling $21 million worth, if you know your stock is going to continue going up, you will keep your money in, especially $21 million. Maybe he wanted to buy a house. Who knows? All right, so that's what we do with insider buying. Next, we have the stock scanner, right? So I'm gonna go over stock scanner, and I do have some links to some stock scanners that we can actually use and that you can actually take with you, and you can start looking for stuff on your own. So with stock scanner, what you want to do is go to the screener, and what it does is you can just you can put in any information that you like, that you want, that you have an idea of. Like for example, say if you have a small account and you say, you know what, Chris, I can't really trade these big dollar stocks. Can you find some type of stock that's under $2? Okay, yeah. Come to your screener, go to the price, go to under $2. And I always sort it by volume because volume equals activity and activity equals profit. Okay. I always remember that volume equals activity, and activity, as long as you got activity, it can make you money, either going up or down. It can make you money. Activity equals that profit. So stocks that's under $2, that's budget friendly, I guess. You got FAMI, 30 cents, CEI, $1.44, PBTS. That had a nice little big spike to $2 or up under $2 on Friday, $1.32 now. You can look for a bounce play right at 120 and look and see if that can continue his way back up to $2. SNDL, we are in SNDL. That's one of my marijuana companies. You're down right here at the bottoms at 66 cents. 66 cents. I don't want it to fall into the 50s. If it fall into the 50s, then it's getting weak. I'm still holding I think I got like almost 20,000 shares of this. So I'm still holding. I'm not selling mine. So I'm gonna hold it until Joe Biden either fall out of the office or the time expire, the 4 years up. So you can go up under $2 and you can just hit that section right there. But it's so many other things that you can, so many criteria, and we will go over some different criteria in a few minutes. But this is the screener that you will use to actually find your stocks. And then what you have to do is just analyze it on the left-hand side to see if it is having an uptrend, like WTRH. Like that's a nice little uptrend. I can get it at 140 and sell it at 160. As you can see right there, you probably can't see it because I don't know if y'all on your laptops or not, but that's in a nutshell what you would probably that you would have to do when you're using your screener here on finviz.com. All right, so next, let's go with. So next we have. Oh, that was the last one. So now what we have is some things that I use and some links that I have that we can actually go to, or that you all can actually have, and you can just go to these different links that you're interested in, right? So for breakout with volume, so stocks that's breaking out with volume, you can click on this link. Like for a short-term trade or a long-term trade, so green, so any stocks that's green, that's over 15% that day, might have another bullish day. So this is like for swing traders. All right, so another one for swingers, strong stocks with good fundamentals. So we actually like to trade stocks with good fundamentals. If you're not day trading, you don't really want to get into bad stocks, right? Stocks that's going to bankrupt, that has bankrupt potential. All right, so for shorters, or for people who buying put options, these are good. This link right here is good for finding stocks to bounce off the support. This link down here, the next link, for sure, is these stocks are headed down and you may continue, and it may continue that way. So what we do is, as shorters, we just ride that wave back on down, right? So it's already falling. What we do is we only want a piece of the pie as shorters. As day traders, we only want a piece. We only want a little piece of that movement for us to be profitable every day, right? I don't want to try to come in and just like make 100,000 or make 10,000 or make $1,000 even. All I want to do is just say, hey, you know what? I got a full-time job. I just want to get my phone. I want to find me a stock that I can that I see that's setting up for me some small gains or me a gain. So that's what we do. We only look for a piece of the pie, not the whole pie. We just want a piece of it. You eat the whole pie, you're being greedy, right? That's indulgent, right? That's gluttony, right? That's a sin, right? So we don't want the whole pie. We just want a piece of it. We want to be selfish, take our profits, run, and wait for the next day and do the same thing over and over. And as you do that over and over again, guess what? Your account get richer over and over again. All right, so overbought stocks that may be getting closer to hitting their peak. So as the stock moves up and the stock is about to hit their peak, like a mountain, think of it as a mountain. If it hits its peak, then guess what? You plant your flag and you short it all the way back down, or you buy a put all the way back down. And that's what you call overbought stocks. And that's what using the RSI indicator is for. If you don't know what an RSI indicator, it's a lesson in it's a video lesson in the hashtag Zoom. You can go check that out. It's a great lesson. It was a great Zoom that day. All right, so let's look at the breakout volume. Breaking out with volume. So I will post this in the chat room so you can have the PowerPoint as well, and you can have the link. You just click on the link. But for right now, this is what the criteria look like. So it's small, 2 billion. You know, let me just set that up. So I'm gonna set it up over here. So anything that's that the market cap is small, under 2 billion. Now, it don't have to be under 2 billion, right? It can be a mid cap stock. It can be a large stock, right? So, but I just put small under 2 billion because we like to look for breakouts. The smaller the stock in share price is, the higher the breakout could possibly be, right? All right, so what we do is I'm just coming here. All right, so what we do is, hold on, let's fix this. Boop, boom. All right. All right, so what we do right here, we're breaking out with volume. You know, I should have just clicked on the link. It would be easier. So when you do have the PowerPoint link, because we're just going to look at the shares. We're just going to look at the companies. I just copy and paste it. All right, so clicking on the link. So breaking out with volume. So these are all of the companies that's breaking out with volume, or that broke out with volume, and we looking for more continuation into this play, right? And here's all of our selections. The market cap can be up under $2 billion. Price is under $10. So you can actually change this. If you want something cheaper than that, hey, go for something that's under $3. You got PROG, you got MARK, you got PBTS, MTX. So how I look for this is I look for something that's probably like squeezing or just already just broken out, and look for a dip buy and stuff like that. So like CSCW, you see how it just, well, you probably don't know what squeeze. Do everybody know what squeeze is? All right, so basically it's consolidating at this bottom, right? Now let me just pull up this chart. So my favorite chart is stockcharts.com. Boom, stockcharts.com. CSCW. All right, so you can see all of this consolidation, a big drop down, consolidation. It held what, 45 cents probably. Here's the 50-cent mark. So it bounced off 45 cents multiple times. So that held up as support. It held up as support. And this top line right here held up as resistance. So if you would draw an imaginary line right here, imaginary line at the bottom, you see that it traded in this channel. So that means it's consolidating. So consolidating basically means if you had a rubber band and you pull that rubber band, you stretching it, right? So either it's gonna do two things. It's gonna either you're gonna let it go and it pop you on your hand. And when it pop you on your hand, guess what that means? That means the stock is falling, right? Ouch, dang it. It just popped me, right? Ouch, man, the stock is end up falling. I'm in this stock. I'm out of it, right? I'm out of it now because it's falling on me. It hit my stop losses. I'm out. That consolidation didn't go my way. Or it can do like this. You pull that rubber band and the rubber band actually break, right? And there's no pop. And here it is. You see that it's trying to break resistance, which it just did. It just broke that resistance. And now it's looking to move its way or work its way back up to the next level of resistance, which would be all the way up here, which is this blue line. The reason why is that blue line, because that's the 50-day moving average, and we have no other resistance nowhere, right? Other than right here, which is like 74 cents ish, but usually it's going to work its way back up to 77 cents. So if this breakout holds true, right? If this breakout holds true from the breakout with volume, CSCW will break out, which means it will work its way up to 77 cents. And once it break above 77 cents, it's going to go up to 96 cents. So if you in this play, or if you get in this play on a little smaller dip buy at like maybe 55 cents, right there at this support level and you watch this push up, then you're making great money. That's over what? That's going to be 25% return right there. A little bit over 25%. But yeah, so that's using FinViz. That's using the breakout criteria, right? And this, what we got 2 pages for. So you just come here and do your little technical analysis on it, see what's moving up, see what you like, see what you can afford, and you go for it from there. All right, and that's breaking out with volume. All right, the next one, green, over 15%. All right, don't want to get this confused with that one. All right, so performance got to be up for today. Price under $10. It can be under $5, under $1, under $50, right? It can be any of these, but usually people want to buy stuff that's cheaper. So, you know, I try to get a little stuff that's a little cheaper. All right, so performance up 15% today, right? So what we're doing is, what we want this to do is we want to look for continuation into this play. Like these stocks are already up 15% today, right? All of these stocks are up 15% today. And what we want to do is look for continuation into these plays. So what I like to do is separate it by volume. All right, so now I got the highest volume at the top. So 634,000 shares was traded on PHUN, right? This stock went from like $4 because we got in at 4, sold at 5 or 6, something like that, and ended up spiking up to $24. But it ended up ending the day up with 471%. All right, it's a lot of, it was almost half a billion shares that was traded that day. All right, so looking for continuation into this play. All of these stocks are up over 15%, as you can see. All of these stocks are up over 15%. So some stocks that I would probably want to look at is COMS. Big spiked up to 180. I will look for continuation in this play, all right, because it's 10 million shares is already bought, and so I would look at. I would probably be looking at SALM. A big spike up, already came all the way back down to $4.70. So this is the play that I would like to look at. The volume is still there. It wasn't that much hype on it on Friday, so we'll look for continuation into that play. So all of these plays, we'll be looking for continuation into this play to make us not all the money, just some of the money. Y'all get it? Not all of the money, but some of the money. That's what good trading is all about. All right, so the next one, swingers. Strong stock with good fundamentals. What are we looking for with strong stocks with good fundamentals? Just click the link, all right? All right, like I said, you don't have to trade stocks that's under $50, right? I just did under $50 because like these are like for swing traders. These are for people who, I mean, you can do something up under $10 as well, right? Let's see how many stocks up under $10. Okay, we got 17 stocks up under $10, but swing traders, I like to go a little bigger. All right, so we have what, 20 stocks now. All right, so 20 instead of 17. So what I do is look at the price. You can change the price. You want it to be above the 200-day simple moving average, and you want it to be above the 50-day moving average, right? The reason why you want it to be above these moving averages, because once stocks are above your 50-day moving average and your 200-day moving average, that means the stock is bullish, right? So let's just look at one of these stocks. You know what? Let's look at the first one, DXF. All right, so what I do is just I come here. I'm looking at the daily chart. So each candlestick represent one day, and it was DXF. Type in DXF. Was it DXF? Yep, DXF. Okay, here we go. All right, so DXF. Now we see that this stock ended up spiking from October. Nice little uptrend, right? Nice little great uptrend from $1.20, and it's all the way up to 180, coming down to support, which is 155. So I mean, honestly, it's gonna bounce off this 200-day moving average, and it's gonna try to work its way back up, right? Because you see this spike right here off this blue line, which is the 50-day moving average, and you got a red candle right here. and it's bouncing. It bounced right off the 50-day moving average, and it broke through the 200-day. So I would honestly look for continuation in this play, at least to get to $2, or maybe these old highs right here, this 190-ish. What is this? Okay, like 195. All right, so tomorrow I expect this to bounce off 155 and continue its way up. It was up over 15%, so that's good news. It's not oversold. It's not overbought. It's not oversold. It's sitting right there in the middle. So I look at for continuation with that one.
Chris, can you repeat that? You said if we find something that's in a trend, an upward trend, and is over the 20-day moving average and the 50-day moving average, I mean, it's kind of bullish. Is that what you said?
Yeah. So anything that's over the 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average and the 50-day moving average, that means it's bullish, right? So let me just show you. What's the stock? Like Tesla, right? I'm pretty sure it's over. All right, and you're gonna see these stocks bounce off these lines, right? So as you can see, it don't crack up under these lines, right? Tesla, nice little. See you. Hold on, dang it. All right, so you see the uptrend in this stock. The stock never cracks except down here, right? So once from this big dump off in May, so everybody know all stocks dropped in May, right? Majority of all stocks except oil and gas and all that other stuff, bank companies, they end up falling. All right, so once Tesla got back on that uptrend, it never came all the way back down. It bounced off the 200-day and the 50-day moving average, right? Boom, here's the bounce, 200-day is bouncing off the 200 days. It bounced off the 50-day. It bounced off the 200-day as it spiked up. It came all the way back down. It didn't fall underneath the 50-day. It bounced off the 50-day. And now that the stock is back above the 200-day moving average, the stock ended up coming all the way back down. Going all the way back up and coming all the way back down. It cracked the 50-day moving average, but guess what? Traders pushed it right back up, and they end up closing right there on that 50-day moving average line. So now, guess what? Now we have another bounce, quote unquote, right off that 50-day or that 200-day moving average. I can't zoom in on that, but now we continue that uptrend. Came back down, went back up, came back down, and it's on its way back up. Now, what we can say that Tesla is overextended, right? But we can draw a trend line right here. And it's overextended from the trend line and from the 200-day moving average. So you would say, hey, Chris, where can I catch Tesla at? I would honestly say you can catch Tesla, draw a little trend line and catch Tesla at an 825 bounce play, right? You just have to wait for it. Will Tesla continue to run? Yes, right? But will it come back down? Absolutely. All right, so that was that. So that is the swingers. That's strong stocks with good fundamentals. Let's go to the next one. Red, good for finding stocks to bounce off of support. All right, so this is the criteria for this one. All right, so the performance is down. The performance down negative 5%, under $20. Like I said, you can always change this down, horizontal, SNR. All right, so all of this is basically if you want to short some stocks. If you want to look for a short and you want to just get on that train, as you can see, BBIG is on the downtrend, FCell is on the downtrend, Wish on the downtrend. All of these stocks are headed down. So what we can do is we can just say, hey, Trade Zero, hey, Webull, let's go ahead and short these stocks. Let me go ahead and get into this stock. Let me continue to ride these stocks down. All right. So that's what this criteria is for. Hey, let's just jump on the boat, right? Let's continue to ride these stocks down. Why not? Like I said, we only want some of the money. If I can get 25 cents off this stock falling and just be safe on it, perfect. All right, so this is for short as well. These stocks are headed down and may continue that way as well. So the criteria for this, you can always change the price. So what I want is I want it to be below the 50-day moving average and below the 200-day moving average. Now, once these stocks are below the 200-day moving average, is weak. But once this stocks drop below the 50-day moving average, it's weak, right? So once stocks break once your stocks break support, your stock is going to fall. You can draw a trend line. You can draw a support line. Everybody knows that once your stock cracks the support line, guess what it's going to do? It's going to fall all the way back down to the next support. So now when you crack the 200-day moving average and the 50-day moving average, you got room to fall all the way down, right? So that's what we look for here. And let's look at this. Carnival. This is something that I have been alerting to you all. All right, I like Carnival, but guess what? I tell you guys, I like Carnival at under $20, right? If I can catch this around, let's look at Carnival. So if we can catch Carnival up under $20, as you can see, look what happens. So usually the 200-day moving average is support, right? As you can see, it was support right here, cracked it, upper shadow, a lower shadow, it came back up and closed above the 200-day moving average right here on this line right here, this candlestick right here. If you can see it, I can't zoom in on it, but if you can see that, you'll see this hammer right there. You'll see this lower shadow right here, and you'll see that it closed above the 200-day moving average. Now it can bounce off of it just like it did just right here. As you can see, the stock ended up breaking above it, going above the 200-day moving average, and going above the 200-day moving average, which is this red line, and it came all the way back down to the red line, right? And then it bounced up and went back up to close to $27, but it just couldn't make it. It just couldn't break out from this candlestick right here. See, it couldn't break out from these candlesticks. So guess what it did? It fell, and once it fell, it ended up cracking the 200-day moving average. That's why you have this big, thick red candle right here, because people say, okay, you cracked the 200-day moving average. I don't want to be in this play anymore. So guess what? Big red candle. The next day, big red candle. And then it ended up bouncing right off the 50-day moving average. As you can see, it touched the 50-day moving average line and went from $23 back up to 24-ish, right? 24-ish, almost 25. But guess what? It couldn't hold up. Traders end up selling out, and guess what? It fell up under the 50-day moving average. Now, once it falls up under the 50-day moving average, as you can see, red candle, red candle, red candle, red candle, red candle. Like, even though it's a little a green candle, but it should be a red candle, right? It's so close, right? It's just so close. It may as well be a red candle.
Chris, I got a question. So look, so which one makes it weaker if it falls up under the 50-day moving average, or if it falls up under the 200-day moving average? So
it makes it weaker by falling up under any one of these, right?
Okay.
So for example, look, so what we want to do is just make some money, right? So right now we shorting or buying put options. So as we looking at this, right, we have this on our watch list, and we have our alert set. So we'll say, okay, the 200-day moving average, it's at $24.96. So I'm gonna set an alert for $25. If this stock is currently at $27, if this stock hit $25, then I'm gonna be looking to see if it falls. Right. So that's what you gotta say in your mind. That's why we set alerts now. All right. If this stock is like right here, this stock is at $27, right? $26. We know the 200-day moving average is at $24.96. So what we say is this: okay, the stock is at $26. Now, if it falls all the way back down to 25, my alerts will go off. Bing, bing, my text messages come through. Oh, CCL is at 25. So what I'm doing now is saying this. All right, hold on, let me just send him a message. He missed it. Anyways. Hey, Joseph, I was just about to send you a message because you always be late to the Zooms. All right, so as the stock end up hitting $25, our alerts on our phones or emails will come to you. So now you got all eyes. So now you can say this: I want to catch this. If it don't hold 20, if it falls up under 25 and falls up under 24.96 and it goes to like 24.75, I'm gonna get in this trade on a short or on a put option to ride this thing all the way back down to $23.68, which is the moving average, the 50-day moving average, because it can possibly bounce off that 50-day moving average, right? So like I said, we only want a piece of this movement. We know if it cracks the 200-day moving average that you cracking support, right? So we know you got room to fall all the way down to where your next level of support, which it would be $23. So it's other stocks that's that 200 is like way separated from the 50-day moving average, but this is just the example that popped up on your FinBiz, on my FinBiz right here. Let me just delete that one, delete that one. All right, so that's Carnival Cruise Lines. So we know that it's gonna get weak once it cracks this 50-day moving average. So you set an alert. Hey, if this stock drops to 23.50, I already know that it cracked the 50-day moving average and it got room to fall even more, right? Because the next level of support is where $20, right? $20 is that's that natural support line. So we got rooms to fall to $20. And guess what $20 is? Our buying entries, right? If they hit $20, it's gonna send an alert to our phone saying, hey, CCL is at $20. We might be looking for a chance to get into this play, especially if it goes up under $20. So I love CCL up under $20. If I could show you on my scanner, I'm gonna just write it down. Or somebody remind me CCL, we can bring it up on the real chart, on the big chart. All right, so last but not least, and that's for shorting, overbought stocks. So overbought stocks are oversold stocks. So what we can do is just click here. We'll just go to that criteria. And this is also for buying put options and stuff, buying put options or shorts as well. Anything that's overbought over 80, you already know that it's like if I type in PUHN right here, right? So go to startcharts.com, PHUN. You're gonna see that this stock is overbought. Look, it's 98. Ooh, 98. Guess what people are gonna be doing tomorrow? Shorting, right? This stock was like under $1 a few days ago, right? And this stock spiked up to $24. Look at all of the shorters that came into this play right here. Like this big upper shadow means people are selling and people are shorting this stock and buying put options if options are available and stuff like that. Hold on. If somebody said something, my volume was down. So you might have to ask that question again. My volume ended up turning off. All right, so yeah, so anything that's overbought, look to short or look to buy put options. You can come here, click that. You can click this link, and you can see a whole list of stocks that's way overbought. That's over 80. That has over 200%, and the average to range is 0.25. Oh, also, if you don't know what price to free cash flow is, hover your mouse over it, and it basically explains to you what it is. Or return on equity, it explains to you. Insider ownerships, it explains to you, right? If you don't know what it is, just hover your mouse over it. Hover your mouse over the stock ticker, and it'll pull up the chart. So all of these stocks right here, AMBC, let's just type that in. AMBC. And that's overbought. That's over 80, right? That's over 80 on the overbought. Hold on, let me get rid of this. No, thank you. All right, over 80 on the overbought. So guess what? This stock has room to fall where? To the 200-day moving average, right? So the 200 moving average will hold as support. As you can see with this counter right here, it broke through it and it's holding as support. So as this stock get overbought a little bit more, it got room to fall all the way back down to $15. It's only a $1.30 drop, right? That's not that much for that stock to come back down. All right, so we'll look for that. You can short that one, or you can just wait for that dip buy. All right, so I think that is that it? Yep. So that was it. So also, if you don't short or you don't buy put options, guess what you can do? You can go to oversold, right? So anything that's under 30 on oversold, it's a lot of stocks. Jesus. All right, so let's look for one. Something that just got beat down. Ooh, this one right here. Let's look at the volume. OCUL, right? So OCUL. So this might be a potential play that we can get into. OCUL, big drop down. It must have some bad earnings. Something happened that caused this stock to drop from $10 all the way down to like $6 and so. So what we can do is say, okay, so it's 26 on the RSI. It still has room to fall. So let's go change our screener to under 20 on the RSI, right? So now that give us a better filter to get into some plays, right? So this is a better filter. So 30 oversold on the RSI, we had 3 pages for. So we had about 60 stocks, right? Or 44 stocks. I had 44 stocks. But if I just move this down to oversold on a 20, like something that's just got really beat down, right? You can see by hovering our mouse over these charts, we'll see that these stocks got really beat down. This stock went from $8 all the way to 182. This stock went from $12, big drop down to 832. So let's just pull this up. So let's look at CTT. All right, so only thing that we will have to do is just make sure they're not bankrupting, going bankruptcy, filing for bankruptcy or something like that. But we want to see why this fell, right? Right. If that news is good, if the news is not that bad, then guess what? It's already oversold. We can jump into this play and we can look to make some money on this way back to the upside. All right. So that's basically finding oversold stocks. So right, what we went over, I should put oversold on here, but you can just change overbought to oversold, and then you'll have that criteria. So you have about 6 criteria that you can get started with, you can play around with just to find your stock. So remember, you can just click this link, go to it, boom. All right. I want to find me a good stock, Chris said I can get into, boom. Click this link, analyze it, right? Just scrub your mouse over it. If you got a nice little uptrend. So what this one, what I just clicked on was breakout with volume, right? So these are the stocks that broke out that's breaking out with volume. We sorted it by volume over here, right? So we don't want nothing 5 million, right?
Hey, Chris, I don't want to cut you off, but I was waiting for you to stop talking for a second. But I'm gonna show you this on my phone. I was trying to see. Elon Musk is on YouTube Live talking about Shiba and Bitcoin. So I'll just show it to you. Y'all can see it on my phone.
Hold on. Okay. All right. So hold on. I'm gonna get to that in 1 second, right? All right. So you say Elon Musk is talking about Bitcoin and Shiba, which is great, but because that's gonna push our market. That's gonna push the stock.
The lady in the background, man.
What'd you say? Somebody said something. Okay, yeah.
The lady in the background in the red dress.
Hey, listen, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't even see that until somebody said it, but hey. Okay. But yeah, so just to wrap up how to use a stock screener. We got 6 different criteria that you can click on, and you can click on the link and it's already there. You can actually come in and play around with your own list settings. If you want to trade a certain sector, like right now, oil and gas is popping, right? Oil and gas, the energy, utilities, something that we should be getting into, especially since the market is about to not crash, but since the infrastructure bill has not been passed yet, and what's happening is that we're going into the wintertime with high gas and high oil prices. So guess what? If you got high gas and high oil prices, we need to be looking at energy and utility stocks, right? Oil and gas stocks and utility stocks, because once they present their earnings, they're going to say, oh man, we killed it this past fall and winter because everybody had to use their heat. Everybody had to fill up their car. Everybody had to go somewhere for Christmas. Everybody had COVID restrictions and they was afraid to travel, and now there's no mask mandates no more and people getting the vaccine. So guess what? People flying. I just went to Las Vegas and the flight was completely full, right? And like people are flying. So guess what? Gas prices are going up. And I just mentioned this in the group that if you watch Joe Biden town hall, guess what he said? He can't stop gas prices from going up. Like he actually want the prices to go up. And now I was like baffled when that was said, and I was like, okay, well, you guys better be ready to pay some hefty prices at the pump, right? So just come here, look at your filters when you want to screen something. You looking for screeners and stuff like that. Just come play around in here. Like I gave you like 6 links you can click on. These are the 6 links that I look at. Sometimes I just play around in here. It's like sometimes you can come here to institution ownership, right? And you want to go with, hold on, let me just reset this. I reset it and just say, you know what, I want to trade with what most 401k funds trade or what the big time people trade. So you just come here over 50%. So this is insiders that has over 50% ownership, or basically into the stock, money into the stock, over 50% institutional owners. All right, so PRG, all right, BCYP. So all of these got over 50%. Like Krispy Kremes. Ooh, Krispy Kremes has been dropping. All right, so yeah. So
I don't know where the picture came from. I'm sorry to cut you off.
no,
man, that's embarrassing. I was trying to show my TV, bro. I have no idea how that got up there, but just excuse me. So let me just be quiet. I'm taking it off.
I'm about to say it was off, and you said, "Excuse me, I'm sorry, it's been on in the public."
Yeah,
I'm sorry that it's popping back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But
I'm trying to show my television, bro. I swear I have no idea how that got there, but that's nice.
Yeah, that is funny.
Right,
that's that New Orleans. That's that New Orleans. That's spicy.
Yeah.
Right.
No, don't put it on New Orleans.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You know, okay, yeah, get that spiciness off there. But yeah, so if y'all have any questions about how to use a screener, like I said, this is our Bible, right? I use this every single day. There's not a day that I don't click on finbiz.com. Like that's why finbiz got ads up, right? They making money by people coming here and using it by popping up these ads. So if you have any questions, all right, I'm gonna stop. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm gonna just stop this recording so I can edit it down and post it into the
Hey, one last question. Chris.